Well, good Monday morning to you. Chris Hare here, the multiple time world champion crypto cowboy. Thanks so much for tuning in and having a cup of coffee with me this morning. I circled back around to ICP. We've hit some support, and you guys were amazing. The ICP community is heads and shoulders above and beyond any community I've interacted with. I had several guys come in and post information on fundamental analysis on my comments, and I can't thank you guys enough. But I wanted to circle around to it just because you guys are so strong. So I think I'm going to make these a regular, get them to you more often. But anyway, we're going to talk about it. We're going to figure out where it's going, what it's doing. But we'll start off with the crypto fear and greed index this morning, currently at a 36. Yesterday we were at a 34. Last week we were at a 27. And like I've told you all in the past, when we hit fear, that's a great time to buy. When we hit extreme fear, it's an even greater time to buy. You can see we dropped down, like I said, to about 27. And we've gone up to 30 and price action has followed. So if you bought anything down here at the peak of fear, you're in profit, guys. You've made money. And that's why I always say, if you're in fear, you need to buy. I have done some spot purchases. They're all in profit. So happy days, we are making money. But we'll go over to an altcoin season index. Clearly, all these altcoins are following Bitcoin right now. We're in a Bitcoin season. But what I've noticed over the past 2 or 3 days is that is starting to go away. We're into the lighter oranges, and we're headed towards these lighter blues. What we need to see is something like last month where we hit a 62 on the alt season index. And even back in November when we hit 87 and we had those face melting gains right as Trump was elected president. But we'll go into a liquidation heat map. This is what the market makers use. They are out to take your money. They know where your stop losses are. They know where your liquidation points are. And they just draw the charts to find your liquidation points. That's what they're after. But you can see, anything above price action is a short liquidation. Anything below price action is a long liquidation. So right now, cumulatively, up to about 344, you've got $600 million in liquidations in shorts. And if you go down to the bottom side, it gets pretty big. 2.69 million to the downsides, right there around 290, 295. So there's a bright pocket of liquidity here. There's some more down here. What I think they're doing is they're just taking liquidity, dropping down, taking a little more, dropping down, taking a little more. They'll probably come down here to about 318 at some point, and I can see them coming down to about 307, down to 305, but we'll get to that in the charts. Let's go ahead without further ado. We're going to go ahead and pull up a 4-hour chart. It's going to give you a better understanding of what's going on and what my concerns are. But you can see we found support over the weekend, over the last week, really. We haven't really dropped any lower since we had that horrible dump. We did a little bit, and then we've kind of found a floor, and we're trying to work out of it now. But on the 4-hour chart, we have broken above the 50 simple moving average. That takes 50 of these candles, puts a fluid line on the chart, and works as very strong support and resistance. Now we're retesting the 50 smooth moving average. So the white line takes a composite of the simple moving average and the exponential moving average that I don't really use. It just doesn't serve me well. And it puts a composite line on the chart of the two. And that works as an even stronger support and resistance I've found. Red line up here is the 200 moving average. It sits up at the 4-hour extension. So my thinking is that if we can get above this 50 smooth moving average, get into this golden zone, consolidate and run up, that's probably where we're going to go. Upward targets then, that would make us 344 to 359 to the golden zone. Up to the extensions, you're looking at 402 to 432. If for some reason we reject and we lose the 50 smooth moving average, we lose the 50 simple moving average, I think your next stops are around 250 to 191. Ultimately, I feel like we come back here at some point to retest. You've got this really big wick. Market makers like to fill out at least 50% of those, and we haven't done it yet. So that's my concern with where the upside is really going. If we go out to the daily chart, you can see I've left smart money concepts on, and there's not any fair value gaps here, but there are some bearish order blocks up higher. Daily golden zone sits, excuse me, daily golden zone sits around 442 to 530. What we have to do is get over this 50 simple moving average at around 407. And then we'd need to get over the 50 smooth moving average. It sits about 440. I think this run's going to take a few days to play out, a couple of days to play out. But we'll get more idea as this chart moves on and gradually moves upwards. If for some reason we lose it, like I said, this wick goes way down here. 50% is probably around $2. You know, this 232 may be a really good bounce point to take that run up and try to take these out. But I am pretty optimistic. It's looking like it's trying to want to have a run. Everything kind of looks that way. So it gives us a pretty good idea of where we are. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about SCP. I've actually took a long trade on Sunday morning just because it looked so bullish, and we've covered it before. And you guys, like I said, you're amazing with your fundamental analysis and TA. You know, I feel like you've got a really strong community and you really believe in it and have a lot of conviction, and that gets me excited too. But I'm going to wrap it up with that. Like I said, I am a world champion team roper. I'm a world champion in the cowboy mounted shooting as well. And what I've done is I've tried to take the way that I practice and the way that I prepare for competition and bring it into the crypto desk. There's a lot of things that take a lot of consistency, a lot of dedication, a lot of determination, and just a lot of effort to get to a point where you can do this and you're attacking from places of strength. In the team roping event, it's all about taking good shots. And as you take those better and better shots, your times improve. And that's kind of what we're doing here. We're trying to find those good shots that are going to get you those multiple X gains. And there's a strategy to it. And I figured it out and it works really well. And if you guys stick around, watch these videos, subscribe to my channel, like the video. Every night I go through this. And I think if you will watch these periodically or consistently over and over every night, things are going to start to sink in. And if you have a question, don't hesitate to leave it in the comments. My email is there. You can come over to the Crypto School. You'll find a link to that in my description. I'm easily accessible there. I really like helping, and there's a great lineup of coaches that are going to help you out as well. But like I said, you'll find a link to that in my description. You'll find a link to my X. You'll find, if you need a trading exchange, I've got one set up for BitUnex. It'll get you some great deals on your trading as well. But I'm going to wrap it up. That's a pretty good rundown on ICP. Good luck this week. I think we've got a good run coming. But if anything changes, I'll post shorts during the day. I'll circle back to this if we hit some kind of strong resistance and let you guys know as soon as I do. But I'm going to wrap it up. I've said enough already. Chris Hare, the Crypto Cowboy, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you down the road.